नहीं तो अगर बीच में कुछ chit chat करना है तो like we can do it.
No problem. The recording has started now, and if you want, I can put up the presentation also if you want.
Yeah, as per you are comfortable with that. Not any problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the presentation visible?
Yes. Neeraj, we won't be needing the presentation. I think it's more Q&A that we would be doing. So.
Okay. Okay.
But it's okay if you want to put the slide on.
Yeah, let the screen be only there, and you can then you can do it yourself.
Okay.
Okay. So I will just tell that all the Access AMC guys, so sales guys, Jeevan, myself, and Hemant, we will be on the mute mode, sir. The discussion will be between you and Deep Bhai.
Okay.
Right. Deep Bhai, over to you, sir.
Just wait, just wait. Just wait. मुझे मेरा OBS वो करना पड़ेगा.
No problem, sir.
चालू करना पड़ेगा. Yeah.
Deep Bhai, also tell me, what can you see on your screen? Are you able to see the slide?
It's a presentation.
Okay, and you are able to see the fund manager also.
Yeah, not the fund manager at this point of time, but the only you can say presentation.
So if you want, I can remove the presentation so that it is a discussion between you and the fund manager, and you can then.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah,
and
I will just.
As long as we need, we can do
it.
Yeah.
Sure. Just wait. Yeah. Now it's Ashish is there.
Yeah.
So just wait.
Is it okay now?
मेरे Zoom मीटिंग का वीडियो कैप्चर नहीं हो रहा है. I don't know why. गैलरी व्यू में हैं हम लोग. नहीं हो जाएगा. कुछ तो छोटा मोटा टेक्निकल इशू होगा.
Okay.
Yes, now it's better. Yeah, it's done. Just wait. Transform to fit to screen. Yes, and all right, and it's like another 1 second. That's
no problem.
Yes. Oh shit! फिर कैसे क्या चले गया? Window capture, Zoom meeting, automatic, window, no, okay. Yes, now it's better. Okay, and super great. So start recording. Yes, now we can start it.
Okay, one last clarification, Deep Bhai, before we go live. What would you need from my side in terms of any recording मेरी तरफ से चाहिए रहेगा आपको कि you are managing it at your end?
I'm managing it.
You are doing it at your end. Okay. Let's go.
Yes, sure. We can start. Yes, sure.
So we've got Ashish sir on the call, and you've got yourself on the call. We will be out of this entire discussion. Ashish bhai, sorry, Deep bhai, your video gets stuck at some time.
It may be because of internet.
Achha.
Yes. Yeah.
ठीक है.
Comfortable. So Ashish sir, can we start?
Yes, sir.
All right. My voice is yeah. So good morning all once again. This is Deep Gajbhai representing Imperial Console, and we have today one of the fantastic speaker and the fund manager of the the Indian mutual fund industry is none other than Mr. Ashish Naik. Mr. Ashish Naik is the fund manager, is the analyst in 2000. He joined in Axis 2009, and after that, he has done an amazing job, and now he's the fund manager since 2016. And today, he is bringing you something really amazing, unique, and the awesome theme of in the Indian fund management industry called as Axis Special Situation Fund. I believe अगर किसी को भी भारत में इस फंड के बारे में पता करना तो probably there is no person best and better than Mr. Ashish Naik who can really throw a lot of different light on this particular fund, and I believe that he will going to give you a powerful reason for what actually we need to get some or other exposure to Mr. Ashish Naik. So thank you, sir. Welcome to Imperial Money channel, sir. And not of much of the time, I would like to come directly to the question that, sir, what encouraged you to think about this particular theme of Axis Special Situation Fund of Disruptive Growth?
Thank you very much for having us here, sir. So just coming to your question, over time, innovation has made the lives easier of many people. Innovation has made people's life more efficient, and also improved our overall standard of living throughout history. If we look at invention of the first wheel to the latest gadgets, disruption and change has been the only constant as we look to solve the greatest challenge of humanity. More so, in the last 10 years, innovation and disruption has taken on a new vigor as disruption is happening at a much faster pace. Today, disruptive change is accelerating as technological power grows at an exponential pace as the costs are falling. So, for example, if you look at the cost of a mobile phone or communication, the costs are so much lower that even the most common person is able to afford these technologies and also use them to watch things like videos or use for banking and on many other such things. So this has driven innovation and adoption rates at a much faster pace, and hence companies are becoming giants seemingly overnight. So for example, if you look at the likes of Amazon or the Teslas or even the companies in China such as Alibaba, Tencent, etc. So that's the power of disruptive growth that has been happening. Just to give you a broader example, if you look at the S&P 500 in the US in 1964, a company that used to be there had an average tenure of about 33 years, which means if they entered S&P 500, it used to be there for almost 33 years. Today, that figure in 2016 had come down to 24 years, and by 2027, the prediction is that a company in S&P 500, which is a broad index, will be only there for 12 years. That is the kind of innovation that is happening where newer and newer companies are getting built, becoming bigger, and if they do not change, are also ceasing to exist. So that is the combination of innovation and speed that is leading to a fast-growing universe of transformational companies that actually represents a very compelling investment opportunity. So over the last decade, a similar trend has happened in India as well. And to capture this trend and a long-term sustainable growth led by innovation in India and globally, the Special Situation Fund has disruption as its core theme.
So, सर आपने अभी जितने एग्जाम्पल बताए ये सारे एग्जाम्पल जो है ये डेवलप वर्ल्ड्स के हैं, ये यूएसए के है या यूएस के बाहर के है, बट इसमें से एक भी एग्जाम्पल मोर और लेस इंडिया का नहीं है, राइट? सो मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि ऐसा नहीं कि इंडिया में इनोवेशन होता नहीं है, इनोवेशन होता है। आपने पूरी इनोवेशन की बात की पिछले 3 मिनट में, 3.5 मिनट में, राइट? सो ये इनोवेशन जो इंडिया में नहीं हो रहा है, सो हाउ यू एसोसिएटेड दिस कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ डिसरप्शन इन इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट, और ये आपके मतलब ये how actually you are supposed to be managing this disruption in Indian portfolios?
Sure. So if you look at the year 2020, especially with the global crisis such as COVID and the lockdowns that has led to complete dislocations of many businesses, be it in manufacturing,
right,
services, people's
right,
movement was completely restricted in terms of essential right, goods and services were the only thing that were moving, and everything else had come to a halt. Right. So this has been true across the world, but especially true for a country like India, which is densely populated. And we had the strictest kind of lockdown because our health infrastructure could not, handle a difficult, massive level of infections. So although with that was the case, with the help of stronger infrastructure in terms of telecom, a large portion of our workforce, including sectors like IT, finance, even doctors, many services were able to sort of isolate themselves, and many people were able to work from home with the help of technology. So businesses, have moved, what they call as digital mode, except probably businesses, in construction, manufacturing, or core logistics. We have seen a huge move towards that. No, this continues even after people, the economy has opened up, while we are waiting for a vaccine, and a lot of people believe that even with a permanent cure, the changes that COVID has brought about, it's going to sort of improve our way of life, and we are going to embrace these new innovations. Now large portion of the country today are looking at things, benefits such as work from home, or let's say education from home, online education, where remote education, or let's say consulting a doctor remotely, uh, or even just doing things such as banking, finance, or let's say shopping or entertainment online. These changes have now become sort of well entrenched. People are now adapted to these changes. So while these innovations have happened globally, they have accelerated in India in the last year or so, much more. A lot of these businesses, which are what we call as the new economy businesses, and even if you exclude fintech sector for a minute, sectors such as online retail, online gaming, online healthcare, or video streaming, shared mobility, they are growing bigger and bigger today. They are becoming much more profitable, cash flow generating. To give you an example, something like a Zomato has about 35% of its business today in the tier 3 and tier 4 cities, which means beyond the top 25 cities in India. That's the kind of penetration we have reached, and that's the same case with the other sectors that we mentioned. And what one believes, and what research says, in the next 10 years, these new economy businesses can have a potential touch point in terms of goods and services sold of as high as $1.3 trillion. So all these businesses, are going to over a period of time hit the capital markets in terms of IPOs, and these are, sort of pure disruptive ideas. And there is an estimate of about 20 to 30 companies coming to the markets in the next 1 to 3 years. And these are going to be in long-term potential growth stories that one would like to play from an Indian perspective.
सो सर आपने पहले तो बताया कि डिस्ट्रप्शंस पूरी दुनिया में हो रहे हैं, उसको चेंज जो डिस्ट्रप्शंस है वो आपको अपने पोर्टफोलियो में चाहिए। दूसरा आपने बताया कि इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट में ये वैलिड है और ये होना चाहिए। बट अगेन मतलब मेरा तीसरा क्वेश्चन फिर ये रहेगा कि जनरली मोस्ट ऑफ द डिस्ट्रप्शंस जो रहते हैं वो आइदर ऐसी स्टेज पे रहते हैं जो आइदर स्टार्टअप्स या स्ट्रॉन्ग स्टार्टअप्स होते हैं या फिर वो लिस्टेड नहीं होते, जैसे आपने थोड़ी देर पहले बताया, राइट? So how you will be adding those companies to the access special situation fund, and how you will be managing those overseas allocation also?
Right. So one thing very important to understand is disruption is not just about the one innovator or the big disruptor company. Yes, I mean obviously the disruptor is like the frontline company whose products and services are at the forefront, in terms of the sector or industry, and probably everybody gets that attention. Most investors are looking at it, and hence there will be a higher level of valuations there much earlier. So if you are not able to find the disruptor early, you might miss the bus in terms of getting the upside or in terms of very high alpha generation. But इसमें ये भी important है कि there are other parts of the disruption value chain that one can look at. The second important part of a disruption value chain, it's like a
एक आध एग्जांपल देंगे इस पॉइंट का,
sure.
एक आध एग्जांपल देंगे सर इसका कि वैल्यू
Yes.
चेन मतलब एग्जैक्टली आप क्या बोलना चाहिए?
Yes. So let me just explain the players in this, and then I'll give you example. मैं example के साथ भी इसको detail में बताऊंगा.
हाँ सर,
Am I audible? Yeah.
हाँ
So let me just give the value chain example. So value chain कैसे होती है? जैसे कि if there is a disruptor which is
हाँ
sitting
सर,
in
अभी
the top,
हाँ सर, ठीक है, या
अगर आप एग्जांपल देखेंगे कि जैसे टेस्ला
ये
जैसे
नॉट
ईवी बनाता है, इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल, यस या सो जैसे एग्जांपल की बात करें, जैसे टेस्ला जैसी कंपनी है जो कि इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल बनाती है, ये कंपनी सबसे ज्यादा लेवल पे इनोवेशन कर रही है, इसको सबसे ज्यादा वैल्यूएशन भी मिल रहा है। बट अगर हम बिलो द आइस व्हाट सरफेस देखे, जैसे आइसबर्ग होता है जो ऊपर का टिप दिखता है, वैसे टेस्ला है या डिसरप्टर है। अगर हम बिलो द सरफेस देखे तो यू कैन फाइंड एनेबलर्स, कंपनीज विच आर sort of helping in the innovation happen. अगर टेस्ला की बात करें तो उसकी में जो बैटरीज या कंपोनेंट जाते हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल सैमसंग एसडीआई जैसी कंपनी बनाती है और वो भी हाई लेवल ऑफ इनोवेशन कर रही है. सिमिलरली इफ यू टेक एग्जांपल ऑफ लेट्स से अडेप्टर्स, देयर आर कंपनीज जो कि इस बिजनेस मॉडल से अडेप्ट कर पा रहे हैं, जैसे इन चेंजेस को अडेप्ट कर पा रहे हैं. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल वॉल्वो एक कंपनी है जो बोल रही है कि वो ओल्ड टेक्नोलॉजी प्रोडक्ट्स नहीं बनाएगी, गैसोलीन डीजल व्हीकल्स नहीं बनाएगी. दे विल ओनली लुक एट मेकिंग प्योर इलेक्ट्रिक या फिर प्योर हाइब्रिड व्हीकल्स. नीरज, hello.
We can hear you, sir. Please go on.
I think the Mr. Deep has dropped out of the call.
So please hold for a minute. He will join in back.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, please. Yeah, we can go ahead.
Right. Okay. So just coming back to on the examples of, let's say, if we are not to invest into a disruptor, what can we do? If you look at the overall disruption supply chain, and in terms of, let's say, a disruptor like a Tesla who makes electric vehicles, also needs a lot of components that also are equally disruptive in terms of the kind of innovation that is needed. So, for example, the battery chemistry the battery that are made goes into an electric vehicle are very highly innovated products, and only specific companies such as Samsung SDI or LG Chem or Panasonic can supply these products, and they can also be sort of enablers, what we call, of the disruption. So that's a very important part of the overall supply chain that one can look at. Similarly, there are companies such as Texas Instruments who make very high-end electronic and semiconductors for this sort of products like an electric vehicle. If we look at further down the supply chain, there are also what we call as existing players in the industry who are also kind of seeing the change that disruption is doing and are able to adapt to it much better. Hence, they are called as adapters. So, for example, if you look at in the electric vehicle industry itself, there is a player called Volvo, which is a global company. They have decided that they will move away from old technology products like gasoline and diesel vehicles, because many countries in the future, in the next few decades, might just ban them, and they are adapting to this disruption by actually building and saying that they will only make pure battery or pure electric vehicles or pure hybrid vehicles in the next 5 years. So they have adapted better. They will be able to get market share from competition and sort of a benefit from this disruption earlier by innovating. One important thing in this value chain is that one has to avoid something we called as deniers, because these are companies that are not going to change, that are not able to change. So in the electric vehicle space, let's say there is a company who is supplying parts for the gasoline or diesel engine. They will not be able to change their business if they are not able to innovate, and hence they will over a period of time either die or probably not grow. So it's better to avoid such deniers. So by looking at this overall supply chain, while we find disruptors across the global markets, including in India, there are large, mid, and small companies that if you try to look hard enough, you will be able to find disruptors. But there are also other opportunities which are probably less visible from disruption perspective and disruption theme, such as enablers and adapters, and they are there across many sectors. Be it banking, IT, telecom, engineering, all those spaces you will find companies where you can sort of invest early and sort of benefit from it. That's basically the way to look at disruption theme holistically.
Super great. So you mean to say, in a short, the companies those are changing with the change, those companies you will be supposed to be adding into this portfolio, and the companies those are not ready to change with the change, you will say thank you very much. Aap mere kaam ke nahi.
Yes,
Something
exactly.
like that.
Exactly.
Okay, all right.
Right.
So, sir, my third question, fourth question is basically that Axis AMC is focusing on overseas investment also. आपने बोला है कि इसको 70% आप इसको Indian equities, domestic equity रखेंगे, 30% आप overseas equity रखेंगे या international equity रखेंगे, right? So, in the recent issues ये है कि 30-35% का ये जो portfolio है, how this is different than our growth opportunity different, because वहाँ पे भी हमारे पास 30-35-40% का इंटरनेशनल इक्विटी है, और उसके कंपेयर में हम लोग इसमें कौन सी वो इक्विटीज ऐड करने वाले हैं, फिर किस टाइप की कंपनी हम लोग ऐड करने वाले हैं, और हाउ इट विल बी डिफरेंट देन द ग्रुप.
तो सर आप देखेंगे कि फॉरेन इक्विटी जो एसेट क्लास कहलाता है वो एक कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट एसेट क्लास है, क्योंकि इसमें जो है हमें डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ फ्लेवर मिलता है। अगर हम एक डिफरेंट इकोनॉमी का एक्सपोजर ले रहे हैं किसी दूसरी कंपनी जैसे यूएस चाइना वगैरह से, उनका कोरिलेशन जो है वो इंडियन इकोनॉमी से अलग होता है, डिफरेंट होता है और काफी हद तक कम भी होता है। तो अगर इंडियन इकोनॉमी बेटर कर रही है, जरूरी नहीं है कि यूएस और चाइनीज इकोनॉमीज आर ऑल्सो डूइंग बेटर। एंड इफ यू आर एबल टू डाइवर्सिफाई योर रिस्क by having exposure to foreign equities, you will get what we call as lower risk diversification and access to growth companies आउटसाइड ऑफ इंडिया। जैसे हमने बोला कि काफी सारी जो डिस्ट्रप्शन है वो दुनिया में लिस्टेड मार्केट में स्पेस में कंपनियां है, एंड दीज अपॉर्चुनिटीज आर देयर ग्लोबली। तो इसीलिए जरूरी है कि वी टेक अ ग्लोबल अप्रोच, नॉट जस्ट लुक एट इंडिया व्हेन वी लुक एट डिस्ट्रप्शन लेड ग्रोथ। ओवरऑल इस फंड में 65% मिनिमम डोमेस्टिक इक्विटीज में होगा, बिकॉज उससे हमें टैक्सेशन में बेनिफिट मिलता है बीइंग अ इक्विटी फंड। अभी जो आपने दूसरा क्वेश्चन पूछा कि एक्सिस ग्रोथ अपॉर्चुनिटीज फंड, जो कि हमारा लार्ज एंड मिड कैप फंड है, ये जो फंड है इट इज अ डिवर्सिफाइड फंड टू कैप्चर बेस्ट ग्रोथ आइडियाज अक्रॉस इंडिया एंड ग्लोबली। इसी तरह से इवन एक्सिस स्पेशल सिचुएशंस फंड में भी जैसे कि ग्रोथ अपॉर्चुनिटीज फंड में है, अराउंड 20 to 30 स्टॉक्स जो है वो ग्लोबल फ्रंट से आएंगे, जो कि अप टू 30 to 35% ऑफ द फंड में होंगे, एंड हम इसमें डायरेक्टली इन्वेस्ट करेंगे। बट डिफरेंस ये है कि एक्सिस स्पेशल सिचुएशंस फंड डिसरप्शन की कोर थीम लेके चल रहा है, इट इज अ थीमेटिक फंड, जबकि ग्रोथ अपॉर्चुनिटीज फंड जो है वो अनकंस्ट्रेन्ड बाय एनी पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रेटेजी है, एनी पर्टिकुलर थीम है। इट कैन इन्वेस्ट अक्रॉस सेक्टर्स, एंड हेंस जो हम बोलते हैं कि एक प्योर डिवर्सिफाइड फंड जो कि लोअर रिस्क रिटर्न प्रोफाइल की तरह से रन किया जाएगा। सिमिलरली जो ग्लोबल एडवाइस है जो हमें श्रोडर्स देने वाला है, वो भी जो है उनके ग्लोबल अल्फा फंड से आता है ग्रोथ अपॉर्चुनिटीज फंड के लिए। तो वहां पे हमें अलग अलग सेक्टर से मिलता है और अलग अलग थीम्स मिलते हैं प्ले करने को, जबकि स्पेशल सिचुएशंस फंड के लिए हमें जो एडवाइस मिलेगी वो उनके ग्लोबल डिसरप्शन फंड से मिलेगी, जो कि स्पेसिफिकली डिसरप्शन थीम के बारे में ही है, और उसी में हमें डिसरप्टर या एनेबलर्स या अडेप्टर्स की मिक्स जो है वो वहां पे मिलेगी। तो क्लियरली इट इज अ प्योर प्ले थीमेटिक फंड, और इसका जो बेंचमार्क है, क्योंकि ये मल्टी कैप फंड होगा, इसका बेंचमार्क जो है वो निफ्टी 500 होगा।
एंड सर एक अनदर क्वेश्चन मेरा ये है कि बहुत बार बहुत सारे फंड हो जाते हैं, भारत में भी काफी सारे फंड है। एक कॉमन आदमी, कॉमन इन्वेस्टर जो है, जब इन्वेस्ट करना चाहता है तो उसको बहुत सारा लाइक ही इज इनटू कंफ्यूजिंग स्टेट। मैं ये फंड ईएसजी लूं, मैं ग्रोथ लूं, मैं ये दूसरा डिविडेंड लूं, या फिर मैं थीमेटिक में जाऊं। मैं बहुत बार तो एक्सेल शीट देख के वो तो बोलता है कि मतलब इसके रिटर्न ज्यादा, ये ले लो, और बाद में फिर पता चलता है कि 3 साल और रो रहा है बेचारा, बिकॉज उसके रिटर्न्स बनते नहीं है। सो मेरा एक क्वेश्चन आपसे ये रहेगा कि हाउ यू आर लुकिंग एट टू दिस पर्टिकुलर फंड। इस 100 में से एक कॉमन इन्वेस्टर ने कितना पैसा इसमें डालना चाहिए, और कितने होराइजन में डालना चाहिए, और उसको क्या एक्सपेक्टेशन रहनी चाहिए?
राइट। सो अगर आप देखोगे कि डिसरप्शन जो है दैट एज अ थीम, पहले तो इसको इट कैन फाइंड आइडियाज अक्रॉस लार्ज मिड स्मॉल कैप कंपनीज अक्रॉस इंडिया, एंड जो है इसमें सेक्टर्स भी जैसे हमने बोला कि फाइनेंशियल्स, आईटी, टेलीकॉम, कैपिटल गुड्स, हर सेक्टर में हमें दिख रहे हैं। बट कुछ सेक्टर जो है इसमें रिलेटिवली कम रहते हैं, जैसे कि अगर हम देखेंगे एफएमसीजी सेक्टर है, या फार्मा, सीमेंट, कमोडिटीज, ऑटोज, इन सारे सेक्टर में आप अगर देखोगे डिस्ट्रप्शन इंडिया में रिलेटिवली नहीं के बराबर है, या फिर काफी कम अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिलेंगे। इसीलिए जो है ये फंड जो है काफी डिफरेंट होता है एज अ थीम फ्रॉम अ प्योर डिवर्सिफाइड फंड, इन टर्म्स ऑफ रिलेटिवली थोड़ा सा हायर रिस्क प्रोफाइल होता है। इसको अगर हम इंडेक्स के हिसाब से देखें, निफ्टी 500 के हिसाब से भी, तो जो बोलते हैं कि ट्रैकिंग एरर जो है इनमें रिलेटिवली ज्यादा रहता है, टू जस्टिफाई द हायर रिस्क वी आर टेकिंग फॉर रिलेटिवली लॉन्गर टर्म डिसरप्टिव ग्रोथ। तो इन तरह के कंपनी,
सर आपका वॉइस ये
सॉरी,
हाँ।
हाँ, तो इन तरह के जो सेक्टर है जिसमें हम रिलेटिवली हायर डिसरप्टिव ग्रोथ कैप्चर करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, कुछ सेक्टर्स मिसिंग होते हैं। और फ्रॉम अ इन्वेस्टमेंट होराइजन अगर हम देखेंगे, तो इन इस तरह के जो रिलेटिवली कम डिवर्सिफाइड पोर्टफोलियो को हम कहेंगे कि एक इन्वेस्टमेंट जो होराइजन है वो 5 साल से ज्यादा होना चाहिए। जैसे कि अगर एक मल्टी कैप डिवर्सिफाइड फंड 3 साल के होराइजन में होता है, इसे हम 5 साल का होराइजन लेके चलना चाहिए, जिससे कि ये जो रिस्क रिटर्न प्रोफाइल है वो जस्टिफाई हो जाए। मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली ऐसे जो फंड है ये जो डिसरप्शन जैसे थीम को टारगेट कर रहे हैं, जो आप अगर अपने इन्वेस्टर्स के पोर्टफोलियो बास्केट को देखेंगे, तो हमारे हिसाब से कोर जो है उनका पोर्टफोलियो वो डिवर्सिफाइड फंड्स से होना चाहिए। 70 to 80% उसमें लार्ज कैप, मल्टी कैप, मिड कैप, स्मॉल कैप जैसे जो भी रिक्वायरमेंट है उस हिसाब से फंड्स होने चाहिए। और जो रिमेनिंग बास्केट है, रिमेनिंग जो 20% है, उसमें अलग अलग तरह से, जैसे कि ये प्रोडक्ट है, थीमेटिक प्रोडक्ट है, ईएसजी हो गया, या फिर स्पेशल सिचुएशंस फंड है, इसको शामिल करना चाहिए ताकि वो लोग डिसरप्शन जैसी अपॉर्चुनिटी जो कि इंडिया और ग्लोबली अवेलेबल है, दे कैन पार्टिसिपेट इन दैट।
So, sir, lastly, you already shared 5 powerful points of making sure that how, why and how basically one investor, एक आम investor ने क्यों इस particular fund में investment करना चाहिए। So, इसको मैं चाहूँगा आप इसको summarize करें वापस उस 5 powerful points में one by one, so that everybody can get the nutshell and the gist of the fund.
Right.
If you can.
Sure, absolutely. So, to summarize, Axis Special Situations Fund is an industry first, which is very important that industry में इस वक्त ऐसे funds नहीं हैं which are targeting, the thematic story of disruption led growth, the capturing power of disruptive growth. और इस fund में we are not just capturing Indian but also global companies. We have Schroders, which has 90 plus analysts and investment specialists internationally, and collaborative research जो उनका होता है across the globe, जिसकी वजह से we are able to get best of ideas across the global ecosphere. That is most important, and I think that is what I think these are probably the most important points from a fund perspective, that if you want to target growth over a longer period, you need the right kind of global support, people who understand global phenomenons. They have the right process in terms of identifying these ideas, and hence we are able to, with collaboration with them, able to find this across the globe and then apply that knowledge to India.
Good, sir. Thank you very much for coming on the channel. Thank you very much, Mr. Neeraj. Also, you arranged it very nicely, and I'm sure that a lot many people will going to get the benefit from this particular fund. And certainly, as all Axis funds have been done the amazingly super job in last 10 years, certainly this fund also will going to set the amazing benchmark in the industry. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us. Happy investor.
With this, I would like to say that mutual funds are subjected to market risk. Please read the offer documents before investing.
Sir, 1 minute. This is yes. Thank you very much. मैंने वो दिखा दिया disclaimer.
Okay.
हाँ, वो मैंने backend में था.
ठीक है. Right, sir?
Yes.
Is there anything else that you would want to ask him, sir?
अगर रहेगा तो मैं हेमंत को या फिर जीवन को बोलूंगा.
ठीक है.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ashish, for
thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ashish, sir. Deep bhai, thank you so much for this opportunity, sir. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you.